Hello friends, in this session I will discuss the ABCD of online teaching learning using Google Meet. I will also show some tools which are very useful for the teachers. Now, why Google Meet? Firstly, it is the brand value or goodwill of the name Google. Secondly, nowadays with our free Google account, we can create a meeting with up to 100 participants. Previously, with this earlier version of Hangout, the participant limit was only 25, and moreover, with this Google Meet version, the Google is providing a lot more functionality with mobile phones, which was earlier not available with Hangout. I think all of you have a Google account. Just you need to sign in with your existing Google account and start using Google Meet. Let us start with mobile phone first. All the demonstration here will be on Android mobile phone. The very first step is to download it from the Play Store. So download is complete now. Now we have to open it and follow the steps as instructed. So continue, and here you have to give the permissions to for the device audio and video. Now if your device have more than one account logged in, then you have to select the one through which you want to participate. Now your Google Meet application is ready to host a meeting, or you may join any other meeting hosted by someone else. However, for a teacher, it is always advisable to host a meet, because as a host you will have some extra control over them. The camera control you are getting is visible to you only. Accordingly, you can set yourself for the meeting. So everything is fine now, and let us start a new meeting. So click on new meeting. So we have already generated a meeting ID, and I have to share this meeting ID with the participant intended to join it. Here this is the meeting ID, meet.google.com/xja, etc, etc. So if you directly click on share from this option, you can share this over different applications. Maybe it's WhatsApp, maybe it's your Gmail or any other mail installed in your device, or you may simply just text message it to the participants. So we have already shared this meeting ID. Now the participants has already got this meeting ID. For the sake of this recording, I am just removing this. So the participants has already get the link, and they will try to join now. And whenever someone is joining you have to give the permission to join in the meeting as you are the host. So one participant, then there is another one, and so it is showing us that we have 4 participants with this. If you look at it, I am appearing here with 2 devices, with this one, as well as this one. So I can log on in a meeting with multiple devices with the same account credentials. So it's a benefit. It's one of the benefits the products of. As you can see, there is 3 tabs. The first tab is already showing you the list of participants, and the last tab is showing the information regarding this option, this first one is this xja-fkia etc. It's the meeting ID. If someone else is want to join the meeting and who have not type, he or she can just type this meeting ID in his Google Meet account, and he or she can directly join the meeting, provided you admitted him or her. Or you may share this meeting ID as previously with this share button. So let us come to the list of participants. The very first instruction from the teacher to the student should be to mute their Google Meet window so that it does not create extra noise to your classroom. And if someone fails to mute his or her account, the host can mute the account, though cannot unmute it. How to mute this account? Suppose I want to mute this account of the last but one account. So how to mute this account? Click here. Okay, see, the account is already muted. First I have to unmute this account. Let us unmute this account first. So I have unmuted this account. So our classroom is ready now. The teacher can easily share the relevant presentation with the students. However, for that there must be the supporting application in the device of the presenter. It means that you want to present your PowerPoint, so there must be some device through which you can present this PowerPoint file on your device. So I generally use Microsoft PowerPoint slideshows and presentation app to present my PowerPoint application, PowerPoint presentations. Alternatively, you may use, so this, the very first one, I generally use that very first application, the Microsoft PowerPoint slideshows and presentation app. Or alternatively, you may use that last but one application in the screen, the Google Slide application, Google Slides. So I will show presentation through both these apps. Let us first start with Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So my file is open with this application. Now to start presentation, before that I have to start presentation from my Meet window. To start presentation, first tap on this on the screen first. So click on this three dot, and the very first thing is the switch camera option. By default, the front camera or selfie camera will be the camera for the meeting. But if you want to present something through this rear view camera, so click on the switch camera, so back camera or rear camera will be active then. So to present something, we have to choose the third option. Click on present screen, and it is giving warning that whenever I will start presenting, the entire mobile screen will be visible to all the participants. We have to prepare the presentation beforehand, to make ready the presentation beforehand. So start presenting, again the same notifications. So let us start our experience of presenting with the first app, the Microsoft PowerPoint presentation app. So my file is ready with this app. To present my file, I have to click on this button, the slideshow button. So if I click it, slideshow will start. So to move the slides, I have to swipe my fingers from right to left. And the interesting thing is that the animation will also work as with desktop or laptop. So the animation part is working fine with this application. One more thing is that you can annotate here also. To annotate thing, just tap on the screen once more. The ribbon from the top will appear, and take the pen from this ribbon and start annotating. Just like in this presentation, my intention was to show that in any research work, from generating data to extracting the wisdom from this data, there involve some more stages, like I have to extract the information first from this data, then with this information I have to build some knowledge, and then only we have some wisdom from the data. So we can easily annotate we can easily annotate as we wish in this app. So again, if you click on this pen button, the ribbon will disappear and you may again start your presentation like this. So the thing is fine, but another thing is that sometimes the teacher have to say something apart from the slide, apart from the thing available with the slides. So in that case, it is better to make a blank screen. So to make a blank screen, you have to again tap on the screen, the ribbon from the top will appear, and this third button is the blank screen button. So if you click on this button, this will be a blank screen. And the beautiful thing is that you can use this blank screen as a board. Just keep the pen with you and start writing. Sorry, there is eraser also. Take the pen again. So it's not looking good though, but we can use it like way. You can take some other colors from here and just make your presentation like this, and you can erase all these things at one go by clicking this option. And again, if you click on this third button, you will be back on your presentation. Again, one more tap on the screen, and you are one more tap on this pen arrow button, and you are back on the presentation. So in this way, you can use the blank screen option as a board tool in this app. So this is how Microsoft Word PowerPoint Present works. And let us now see how Google Slides works. The same file is open here also, and this button will start our presentation. So let us start our presentation. And as both of this meeting and this application is a Google product, you can synchronize this with your meeting, but I am not making it much more complicated, so I am selecting this option, present it on this device. So let us make it in landscape mode. So presentation gets started. Here you have to just tap once and the thing start, and the thing will present, and the thing started, and the next slide will come. But here if you may notice that the animation is not working here. So just by one tap we can change your. So let us come back to the previous position. So come to the first slide. So why the animation was not working here? If you click on this three dot here, you may see that it is showing that this is the PowerPoint format. If we click on it, it will ask me to save it as a Google Slide file. So click on this, and it will now save the same file as a Google file, Google slide file. So the file is ready now. Now if we start my presentation, let us see, present on the same device. Let us see with the animation in the work. So tap on the screen. Here animation is working, though not the full animation is working, but some part of it working. But I did not get that blank screen option here or annotating option here. If someone get, let me know from the comment section. And you may take a look how the thing is visible to us. So that is all how we can present in Google. So we can communicate our knowledge to our students through normal video learning, normal video lessons, or through PowerPoint presentations, but there is no substitute of board work with. In a limited way, we can do this in this platform also. For that, you have to take help of another Google app called Jamboard. Let us look at it. This is the application from another application from Google. It's already installed in my device. You have to just install it and sign in it with your Google account. So let us open it. I've already created a few whiteboards, but for you it is a blank screen. So to start a new whiteboard, click on this plus symbol at the bottom. So if you, the new whiteboard will come for us. So this is the new whiteboard, and these are the tools available with this whiteboard. This is the pen tool, and these are the type of pens available, and these are the color palette available. This is the eraser tool with us. This is simple arrow tool, and this is the presenter for laser tool for presentation. There are some other options available with the plus sign. I'm coming to it later. Let us make it in landscape mode. So start with the pen tool. Give the very first pen with the default option. Again, it will be difficult for us to write with our fingers. It will again be much more easy with a stylus. Let us try with our fingers. So some easy expressions, sum over a1 to n a plus bxi. How will it look if I expand it? It is nothing but, since a is a constant, so it will be na plus b sum over xi, like that. You can erase all these things. And as I was telling, there are some other options under this plus sign. The first option is sticky note. You have something, a long statement to write, use the sticky note rather. You can resize the sticky note with your 2 fingers. You can even resize the board also. So that is the origin 100% side, and by pinching it out, that will be expanded size, and you may move it somewhere else. Now the other option with this whiteboard is that you can insert a picture in this whiteboard and annotate it. only thing you need to do is to make this picture available to the device. Either you download it at some earlier time, or make it available to the device. Let us see how can it be done. So go to with this plus symbol, go to image library, take a picture available with us, this one, resize it, take your pen tool, and you can start annotating it like this. And there is the presenter laser. You can easily use this laser to show something with emphasis. So this is how whiteboard works with our presentation window. So let us again move to our meeting screen. So that is how you can teach your students using this Google Meet through your mobile device. So the last thing is to end the meeting, but a simple disconnection through this middle button of hang up button will not work properly, because that will end my connection only. In this way, I may leave the meeting, but the other participants still present there may continue it as per their wish. So first ask the student to leave the meeting, and only then you leave it. If someone fails to do so, then you may remove the participant from the meeting like this way. Click on this participant, click on this minus sign, and click on this minus sign and click on remove. The participant will be removed from the meeting. Again, for the next participant, click on his name, click on the minus sign, and the participant will be removed from the meeting like that. So after removing all the participants, you may end the meeting with the phone. One more thing to share with you is that you may schedule your Google Meet through your Google Calendar application also. So suppose you want to set your class, or you want to schedule your class on, say, July 13th. Say you want to schedule your class on July 13th from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. So for that, you just have to click July 13th, nothing planned, so tap to create. So I have tapped it. So I have to create, and timing is from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Okay, and I want a video conferencing of that, and I can add the participants here, the email ID of the participants, and here, so that they also get the message that there is a meeting scheduled on July 13th from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and click on save. The thing will be saved, and the meeting ID will be generated, and you have to just click on the meeting ID on that day, on that time, and start meeting. And you need not to share it with the participants, because you have already added them here, and they already get they have also the access to that link. The link has already been shared with those participants whom you added here. So in that way, you can schedule your meeting in some earlier date also. If you like my video, then please click on the like button, and if you want to get notified for my future videos, click on the subscribe button. Thank you.